We have with us today just a little bit to give people a little bit about what we're about. And I suppose just to give an overview. Today we have members from representing our parish projects around the country, which we have over 1,000 volunteers that do great work around the country. Work that's going on behind the scene, but it nevertheless makes such a difference to the lives of individuals. And some of the stories you will hear today. And I suppose without people giving up their time, our initiative wouldn't work. So we're thankful to everybody involved in any of the initiatives. I suppose the other thing is we have people here from other organisations that we work with, because we are about working in partnership with others. And I suppose that's so important. So we have people here from some treatment centres, from family support, from different areas that we work closely with. And again, we thank you for being here, and hopefully we will be able to work together more in the future. So just to give people an idea of what we're about. I suppose we have on the map, you'll see, at the moment we have over 260 parish projects nationwide. And this is not fully up to date, but I mean, we've in all parts of the country, we're both north and south, east and west. And I suppose that's the great thing about that we're totally national, and it's great to have that selection. We have different people that are representing different dioceses that look after certain dioceses or regions for us, which is wonderful. So on our, I suppose the big thing, we have our website. So if anyone doesn't know our website, we have our website, which is www.irishbishopsdrugsinitiative.com. And we have a lot of information on that. We have information and awareness for parishes. We have information for parents. We have information where to get help. We have some videos. We have literature resources that can be used during temperance time and Lenten time. We have lots of different resources on that website. So I'll ask you to maybe check in on it whenever maybe you get a chance, because it's always kept updated and there'll be new things on it. I suppose the thing about our project is all around mobilising parish communities. So it has been proven, I suppose evidence suggests that none of us can deal with alcohol or drug problems. We have to work together. And I suppose that's the great thing about our initiative. When a parish community comes together, they pick certain people from, we try to encourage people from multidisciplinary areas to come together and discuss the problems and look at the gaps, not reinventing what's there already, but looking at the gaps and coming up with some, I suppose coming up with plans to help that. So I suppose that's where we say our parish community adopts this approach and acknowledges that the misuse is too big for anyone. So I mean, just to acknowledge that. Over on the wheel, we'll see that we encourage lots of different people to get involved. The youth is involved so much in our initiatives, voluntary organisations, government agencies, business communities, schools, politicians. The vintners in some areas around the country are involved as well. So I mean, you have to have a discussion with everybody. The initiative helps in different ways, and it is all around trying to reduce the harm caused by alcohol or drugs, prevent it, or also at the same time reaching out to help those and support those and those families affected. So I mean, we have a Christian responsibility to respond in a supportive and loving manner. Our initiative really works in 4 areas. It works, and you'll see lots of information in the packs. It's about information given and awareness, education and training. It's also about alternative activities for young people to get involved in, and then as well as that, offering support and using parish facilities for the likes of support of AA, family support, NA, lots of different areas of support. Just to give you an idea, there's only, these are only a couple of slides to give people an idea. There's so many. They're really, it's amazing. It never amazes me to see the work that goes on in parishes. And I suppose these are just some of the little things that happen in parishes, but they all can play a part in helping prevent. And some of the things we have, youth and faith groups that set up, music groups. There's even down in Piltown, they started off a fruit and vegetable plot for those maybe that are unemployed or suffering with depression. and it builds up the community where they've come together and they meet, when they're down at the plots. And it's a great initiative that people wouldn't think it's different. But a lot of people, when we went down and recorded them, to hear them talk about how it was when they come together, they feel a sense of belonging, they feel a sense of purpose, it gives them great hope. So that's just one little idea. We've alcohol-free events. During exam time, results of exams, it's a time that young people need to have something, we'll say, organised for them. So some of our parishes organise youth events, alcohol-free discos, or put on movies or games nights. So that's an important time. During St. Patrick's Day weekend, we organise events as well. I wrote down here parish funeral gatherings. A lot of after the funeral, people would go to local pubs. We try and encourage it, and it happens a lot around the country, and some of the people here in the parishes here, they go back to the parish centre and they organise, and they have a group of voluntary people there making tea and sandwiches and soup. And even though people mightn't think of it, that makes a difference. You're not in an environment of alcohol the whole time, and again, it helps in building up the parish as well. So we encourage that. You'll see here today on some of the display stands, we have signposting is a big part of our initiative. It's to just show people where to go for help. There's certain parishes have put up leaflets in the back of their church, have also, to know where people can pick up a leaflet and know where to go if they're in need of support. If they're in need to go for treatment, they might know where to go. So that's a simple way. Community activities, family days, organise, some of the projects we'll be talking about that today. Teen seminars, information nights, peer education. We train, 16-year-olds or transition years to go back and train the 6th class or confirmation programme. There's lots of different areas of education. We do parenting programmes. We're working with CAD as well. We're working with the HSC, so we do lots of education and training programs, which you'll hear a lot about today as well. Youth cafes is another thing that, and you'll hear about again from some of our parishes, that they set up, I suppose, where young people can be in a safe environment to protect them from having to, to be on the streets, to be together in a safe environment, to be able to be happy and be around their friends. So we'll talk about that. We do sessions with alcohol awareness, and we work in the third level colleges, and they're the type of areas you're going to hear today. So I suppose you're going to hear a wide variety of areas today, but we are about, I suppose our vision is that every single parish in the country can get involved in this, no matter how small. Some parishes can just put up posters and get a prevention pack and know where to send people. So if a parish just wants to get involved in a very basic way, you can. But also we have levels of activity from 1 to 4, and we'll talk about that later on today as well. But we are about working with others, all for one purpose, in some way to reach out to others to help prevent drug and alcohol problems in the community. And we have lots of different positive responses, which we're going to hear today. And I suppose one thing is that, the great thing about this initiative is that there's a parish community in every part, in every village, in every town in the country. So I suppose parishes are ideally situated to be able to reach out to those people affected by alcohol or drugs, which HSC and other communities, they're not able to get into every area. So we have, I suppose it has been acknowledged that we're ideally structured to help and resource the problems. We've also found that the increase in knowledge and attitudes towards drugs has been amazing in parish communities. So there's been lots of different, and I'm going to come back to this later on. But I suppose what I want to do now, I want to